Hello friends, in the last video we have proved basic proportionality theorem and converse of basic proportionality theorem. Today we are solving examples from exercise 6.2, and at the end of this video I will give you some example based on exercise 6.2 for your practice, and in the next video I will give the solutions of these examples so that you are able to check your steps also. So now let us try to solve the example from exercise 6.2. In question number first, two examples are given to us. So we are solving here example number first, and second example we have to solve using same method. So you have to complete this example yourself. So if you observe here, given condition, one triangle is given to us, and in this triangle ABC, D is parallel to BC. It is given to us that this DE is parallel to BC, and using this question is to find out EC. So we have to find out EC. Length of these three parts is given to us. And according to basic proportionality theorem, if one line is parallel to a side of a triangle, one side of a triangle, then it divides other two sides in the same ratio. So using basic proportionality theorem, we are able to find out length of EC. So here we are applying we are applying basic proportionality theorem to solve this example. So observe the example solution of first part here. So it is given to us that in triangle ABC, what is given to us in this triangle ABC? D is parallel to BC. So it is given to us that DE is parallel to BC. Means this DE is parallel to one side of a triangle. Then applying basic proportionality theorem. So therefore by basic proportionality theorem, so what result we are getting? It divide other two sides in equal ratio. So what is the two parts of one side? AD and second is DB. So ratio of AD and DB will be equals to A upon EC. So well, this result we have got applying basic proportionality theorem. Now remaining part is just to substitute the values. Now replace AD by the value 1.5. Its value is given to us 1.5 centimeter. Then DB is equals to 3 centimeter. Replace it by 3 centimeter. DB is equal to 3. A is equals to 1 centimeter, so replace it by 1, and EC we have to find out EC here. So this implies that since we have to find out EC, so better we take the reciprocal on both sides. So what is the reciprocal of this side? 3 upon 1.5, and on this side 1 upon EC, its reciprocal is EC upon 1, but not necessary to write 1 in the denominator. This implies that if we are taking division, 3.3 divided by 1.5 will be equals to 2. So here what result we have got? EC is equal to 2. So in this way we have got our required value. EC is equal to what? 2 centimeter. So in this way we have solved first example. To solve the second example you have to use same method. So this second example I will left as a practice for you. So well, let us try to solve the question number 2. In question number 2, observe the given conditions. Here it is given to us that E and F are the points on the side PQ and PR respectively in the triangle PQR. So here already we have constructed one triangle PQR. We have taken a point E on side PQ and F is a point on side PR. Figure is not given in the question. I have constructed this figure using given conditions. Now length of, in the first example, length of P is given to us 3.9. Again EQ is given to us 3 centimeter. This PF is given to us 3.6 centimeter and FR is given to us 2.4 centimeter. Using this condition, we have to check whether this EF is parallel to QR or not. So we have to check that EF is parallel to QR or not. So to check whether this EF is parallel to third side or not, we have to apply converse of basic proportionality theorem. So what converse of basic proportionality theorem says? If a line divides two sides of a triangle in equal ratio, at that time it is parallel to a third side. So let us check whether these ratios are equal or not. If ratios are equal, we can say that EF is parallel to QR, and if ratios are unequal, at that time we can say that it is not parallel to third side. So let us try to find out the ratio. So here PE upon EQ will be equals to is equals to 3.9 divided by 3. So check whether both the terms are divisible by 3. If we are dividing to numerator by 3, we will get 1.3, and in the denominator we will get 1. So here its division will be equals to 1.3. Let us denote it say by equation number first. Now we are finding the ratio of PF and FR. So PF divided by FR will be equals to, what is the value of PF? 3.6. What is the value of FR? 2.4. So which is equals to, in this case also if you observe here, both the terms are divisible. Otherwise, to eliminate the decimal point from numerator and denominator, multiply to numerator and denominator by 10. If I am multiplying to numerator by 10, here we will get 36, and multiply to denominator by 10, we will get 24. Simply we are multiplying to numerator and denominator by what? 10, to eliminate the decimal point. So which is equals to, check whether both the numbers are divisible by 12. 12 threes are and 12 twos are. So if you observe these two values are unequal, means these ratios are unequal. So what result we have got here? In this triangle PQR, we can say that PE upon EQ is not equals to which ratio? PF upon FR. This result we have got from equation first and second. Okay, so since these ratios are unequal, that's why our converse of basic proportionality theorem says that this line is not parallel to QR. So therefore, by converse of basic proportionality theorem, means BPT, we can say that EF is not parallel to QR. So in this way we have solved the first example. So well, exactly using the same method which you have seen in first example, now we are solving example number second. So values in the example number, given values in example number second already we have shown here. Now let us to check whether EF is parallel to QR or not. So let us try to find out first ratio of P and EQ, and later on try to find out ratio of PF and FR. So here PE upon EQ, substitute the value 4 upon 4.5. So and PF upon FR will be equals to 8 upon 9. So which is equals to, check whether both the numbers are divisible by 2. If I are dividing to numerator by 2, what will get here? 4. And if we are dividing to denominator by 2, what will get here? 4.5. Simply we are dividing to numerator and denominator by 2 here. So now if you observe these two values, let us denote first ratio by equation first and second ratio by equation number second. So what is our observation? These ratios are what? Equal. So in this triangle, since these ratios are equal, so this result we have got from equation first and what? Second. And since these ratios are equal, that's why according to converse of basic proportionality theorem, we can say that this EF is what? Parallel to QR. See in the third example, so PQ, PR, PE and PF, these four sides, this length of 4 segments are given to us, where here PQ is equals to 1.28, P is equal to 0.18, in the same PR is equal to 2.56 and PF is equal to 0.36. These are the given values, and what is our aim? To check whether EF is parallel to QR or not. To check whether this EF is parallel to QR or not, we have to apply converse of basic proportionality theorem. According to this theorem, we have to find out ratio of what? PE and EQ, and on this side PF and FR. To find out our required ratio, means we will require the length of what? EQ and FR. Then and then only we are able to find out our required ratio. So to find out length of EQ from this PQ, if we are subtracting PE, we will get what? EQ. In the same way, here to find out FR, from this PR, if we are subtracting PF, we will get FR. So first let us try to find out EQ and FR, and later on we will check whether converse of basic proportionality theorem satisfies or not satisfies. So here we can say that PQ is equals to PQ is equals to what? PE plus EQ. PE plus EQ. Okay. So therefore our aim is to find out value of EQ. So EQ will be equals to, EQ is equal to, this plus term on this side will become minus. So will be equals to PQ minus PE. Now remaining part is just to substitute the values. So what is the value of PQ is equals to 1.28. So replace this PQ by 1.28 minus, keep it as it is, P is equals to. So what is the value of P? 0.18. 0.18. So here their difference will be equals to, take the subtraction, 8 minus 8 will become 0, 2 minus 1 will become 1 and 1 minus 0 will become 1. So once the value of EQ is known to us, same method can be applicable to find out FR. So here PR is equals to, and PR is equals to PF plus FR. Our aim is to find out value of FR. So that's why we can say that FR is equal to, this plus term on this side will become minus. So PR minus PF. So which is equal to, now substitute the value. What is the value of PR? Is equal to 2.56. 2.56 minus PF. PF is equals to, PF is equal to 0.36. 0.36. Now take the difference. 6 minus 6 will become 0. 5 minus 3 will become 2, keep 2 as it is, and 2 minus 0 will become 2. So once these required values are known to us, now we are finding the ratio. So now we are finding the ratio of what? PE, PE and EQ. So which is equal to, what is the value of P? 0.18. And what is the value of EQ? EQ is equal to 1.10. So for simplicity, we will first eliminate the decimal point. To eliminate the decimal point from numerator and denominator, we are multiplying to numerator and denominator by 100. If we are multiplying to numerator by 100, here we will get 18, and if we are multiplying to numerator by 100, here we will get 110. If you will observe here, both the numbers are divisible by 2. If we are dividing to numerator by 2, we will get 99, and if we are dividing to denominator by 2, we will get 55. So let us denote this first ratio by equation number first. And second required ratio is PF upon FR. So will be equals to, what is the value of PF here? PF is equal to 0.36. 0.36. And value of FR just now we have got its value 2.20. Here also, to eliminate the decimal point from numerator and denominator, we are multiplying to numerator and denominator by 100. So what we will get here? 36 upon 220. So which is equal to, here we can observe that both the numbers are divisible by 4. If we are dividing to numerator by 4, we will get 9, and if we are dividing to denominator by 4, we will get 55. Let us denote it by equation number second. Now here we can observe that the values of ratios are equal. So here what result we are getting? So in this triangle, in which triangle? PQR, in triangle PQR, what we have proved here? So PE upon EQ is equal to PF upon FR. So this result we have got from equation first and second. And since the ratios are equal, our converse of basic proportionality theorem says that, therefore by converse of BPT, what is our conclusion then? EF is parallel to what? QR. So therefore, by converse of BPT, we can say that EF is parallel to which segment? QR. So in this way, we have solved all the three examples from question number 3. See, in question number 3, observe the given condition. It is given to us that in this figure, LM is parallel to BC. So LM is parallel to BC, and LN is parallel to CD, and LN is parallel to what? CD. These are the given condition. Using this given condition, what we have to prove? AM upon AB, means AM upon AB will be equals to AN upon AD. Okay. So first what we'll do here, we will try to show that AM upon MB will be equals to AN upon ND. Okay, using basic proportionality theorem. So if we are considering first triangle, which triangle? ABC. In triangle ABC, LM is parallel to what? BC. And we know that if a line is parallel to one side of a triangle, then it divide other two side in equal ratio. Means ratio of AM and MB is equal to AL upon LC. In the same way, if we are considering this triangle, AN upon ND will be equals to AL upon LC. Means this ratio is also equals to AL upon LC, and this ratio is also equals to AL upon AC. Means we can say that these ratios are also what? Equal. Once we are able to prove this thing, later on we will see how to get our required result. So well, let us try to prove this. Let us try to get our required result. So proof. So first we are considering triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, it is given to us that LM is parallel to which side? BC. It is given to us. And therefore, by basic proportionality theorem, we can say that which ratios are equal? AM upon MB will be equals to AL upon LC. Let us denote this result by equation number first, which you have got by applying basic proportionality theorem. So well, now we are considering this second triangle. Which triangle? In triangle ADC, it is given to us that LM is parallel to CD. It is given to us. So LM is parallel to BCD. This is given condition here. Now we have considered second triangle. In triangle ABC, LN is parallel to which side? CD. It is given to us. So that's why, according to basic proportionality theorem, which ratios are equal? AN upon ND will be equals to AL upon LC. So apply basic proportionality theorem. So therefore AN upon ND will be equals to AL upon LC. So denoted by equation number second. This result also we have got applying basic proportionality theorem. Now if you observe these two equations very carefully, check whether their right hand sides are equal. Since right hand sides are equal, that's why we can say that these left hand sides are also equal. So therefore AM upon MB will be equals to AN upon ND. Okay. So this result we have got from equation first and second. Now we have shown that these ratios are equal. AM upon MB is equal to AN upon ND. But this is not our required result. In the numerator, we will require AM and AN. Already in this result, in the numerator, AM and AN is there. But in the denominator, here we have got MB instead of MB. What will require instead of MB? We will require what? AB. And here we will require AD in the denominator. Instead of ND, we will require AD. So to get that required result, try to understand here. We have to make the changes in what? Denominator. So that's why we are taking reciprocal of this term. So this implies that MB upon AM is equals to ND upon AN. So if two ratios are equal, then definitely their reciprocals are also what? Equal. So this implies that just simply we are adding 1 on both sides. So here MB upon AM plus 1 will be equals to ND upon AN plus 1. Just simply we are adding 1 on both sides. Now we are able to take cross multiplication. If we are taking cross multiplication, so what we will get here? MB plus AM into 1 will be equals to AM, and in the denominator we are getting AM. And on this side, if we are taking cross multiplication, we will get ND plus AN divided by AN. So now let us simplify it. Keep this, try to take the addition of these two segments. Observe the figure very carefully. MB plus AM, MB plus AM, can I say that it will be equals to AB? And in the denominator, AM keep it as it is. Here AM is in the denominator. So AM keep it as it is. So on the right hand side, take the addition of length of these two segments. AN plus ND will be equals to what? AD is equals to AD upon, in the denominator, AN keep it as it is. Sorry, here in the denominator AM is there. Okay, in the denominator AM is there. Now we are taking reciprocals on both sides. So take the reciprocal to get our required result. Again, if we are taking reciprocal, so here we will get AM upon AB will be equals to AN upon AD. And this is our required result which we have to prove here. So now we are solving question number 4. So in question number 4, one figure is given to us, and in this figure it is given to us that D is parallel to AC. So here this DE is parallel to AC, and DF is parallel to AE. DF is parallel to AE. Using this condition, we have to show that these two ratios are equal. So means BF upon FE. BF upon FE is equal to BE upon BC upon EC. So to get our required result, so if you will observe the given condition, here one side is D is parallel to AC and DF is parallel to AE. If we are considering that DF is parallel to AE, means we are able to consider this first triangle. And in this first triangle, what we will get, DF upon FE will be equals to BD upon DA according to BPT. And again, here second one condition is that D is parallel to AC, that this DE is parallel to AC, means we are able to apply BPT in which triangle? ABC. And according to that triangle, BE upon EC, according to BPT, BE upon EC will be equals to BD upon DA. Means both these ratios are equal to what? BD upon DA. So that's why we are able to show that these two ratios are equal. So now try to understand it. First we are considering this triangle, triangle ABE. So in this triangle, see what result we are getting here. So in triangle ABE, what is given condition? This DF is parallel to AE is given to us. DF is parallel to AE. It's given condition. Now if one side is, if DF is parallel to one side of a triangle, then according to BPT, divide other two sides in equal ratio. So which ratios are equal? BF upon FE will be equals to. So therefore BF upon FE is equals to what? BD upon DA. So is equals to BD upon DA. So let us denote this equation by equation number first, and this result we have got applying basic proportionality theorem. Okay. Now we are considering second triangle. Which triangle? ABC. So in this triangle ABC, observe the given condition. What is given condition? That this D is parallel to AC. D is parallel to AC is our given condition. So DE is parallel to AC. So this is given condition. Okay. So means again we are able to apply basic proportionality theorem. So if BE is parallel to AC, that's why we can say that which ratio? BE upon AC will be equals to BD upon DA according to BPT. So therefore here what we'll get? BE upon EC will be equals to BD upon DA. So denoted by equation number 2, this result also we have got applying basic proportionality theorem. So now if you will observe these two equations very carefully, so check whether their right hand sides are equal. Since right hand sides are equal, that's why we can say that these left hand sides are also equal. So from equation first and second, we can say that BF upon FE will be equals to BE upon EC, and this is our required result which we have to prove here. Okay. Now observe the given condition in question number 5. It is given to us that D is parallel to OQ. So D is parallel to OQ. Again second condition is DF is parallel to OR. This DF is parallel to OR. These are two given conditions, and using these two given conditions we have to show that EF is parallel to QR. This EF is parallel to what? QR. As a stand we will have only two theorem. One is basic proportionality theorem. In case of basic proportionality theorem, if a line is parallel to one side of a triangle, means if this condition is given to us, we are able to apply what? BPT. And to show that the lines are parallel, at that time we are using converse of BPT. So to get this required result, observe that to show that EF is parallel to what? QR. What should be our required result? That PE upon EQ. So means PE upon EQ, this ratio should be equals to PF upon FR. PF upon Fr. If we are able to show that these two ratios are equal, at that time we can say that PF is parallel to what? QR, means that is our required result using converse of BPT. I am just giving hints here since example is very easy. So now to get our required result, we have to prove this result. So to prove this result, now first consider first condition, that D is parallel to what? OQ. DE is parallel to what? OQ. For that purpose, consider this triangle. Which triangle? POQ. In this case, this D is parallel to OQ, means a line is parallel to one side of a triangle, means it divide the other two side in equal ratio. So what result we will get here? PE upon EQ will be equals to PD upon DO. PD upon DO. So let us denote this equation, say by equation number first. Now, if we are using second given condition, what is second given condition? DF is parallel to what? OR. So if we are considering this condition, so consider this triangle. Which triangle? POR. So here DF is parallel to what? OR. That's why we can say that according to BPT, PF upon FR. So PF upon FR will be equals to PD upon DO. So PD upon DO. Let us denote it by equation number second. So these two results we have got applying basic proportionality theorem. If you will observe these two equations, check whether their right hand sides are equal, and since right hand sides are equal, that's why we can say that these left hand sides are equal. If left hand sides are equal, means we will get our this required result. If these ratios are equal, then converse of BPT says that EF is parallel to what? QR. So hope you have got all these points. So try to represent it in a proper way. Now let us try to solve question number 6. Question number 6 is very similar to question number 5, but till we will solve it. So in this case, it is given to us that AB is parallel to PQ. AB is parallel to what? PQ. Means in this triangle OPQ, we are able to apply BPT. Again, AC is parallel to PR. AC is parallel to PR, it is given to us. Means in triangle OPR, we are able to apply BPT. Now we have to prove that BC is parallel to what? QR. This is our required result. And to show that BC is parallel to QR, we have to apply converse of BPT. So in which triangle? OQR. And when we are able to apply converse of BPT, if two ratios are equal, which two ratios? OB upon BQ will be equal to OC upon CR. If we are able to show that these ratios are equal, then according to converse of BPT, we will get our required result. So well, to get our required result, let us first use the given condition. First, we are considering which triangle? OPQ. So in this triangle OPQ, so it is given to us that AB is parallel to PQ. AB is parallel to PQ. So AB is parallel to PQ. It is our given condition. Okay. So since one side of a triangle is parallel to AB is parallel to one side of a triangle, so according to BPT, divide other two sides in equal ratio. So what we'll get here then? OB upon BQ will be equals to OB upon BQ will be equals to OA upon AP. OA upon AP. This denote this result by equation number first, and which we have got applying basic proportionality theorem. Now we are considering second triangle. Which triangle? OPR. In this triangle OPR, AC is parallel to PR is given to us. So in triangle OPR, it is given to us that AC is parallel to what? PR. So this is given condition. Okay. So again, according to BPT, then which ratios are equal? OC upon CR is equal to OA upon PR. So OC upon CR will be equals to OA upon AP. So denote it by equation number 2. This result also we have got applying same theorem, basic proportionality theorem. So using given condition, we have got here two equations. Now if you observe these two equations very carefully, check whether the right hand sides are same. So right hand sides are same means we can say that left hand sides are also same. So therefore in triangle, now we are considering which triangle? OQR. In this triangle OQR, we can say that OB upon BQ will be equals to what? OC upon CR. From which two equation? From equation first and second. So in these two equations, right hand sides are equal. That's why we can say that these left hand sides are also what? Equal. So now if OB upon BQ will be equal to OC upon CR, if this condition is satisfying, then according to converse of BPT, what is your conclusion? BC is parallel to what? QR. So therefore, by converse of BPT, we can say that BC is parallel to what? QR. And this is the result which we have to prove here. So well, now we are solving question number 7. Observe the given condition in question number 7. Using BPT, prove that a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to the other side bisect the third side. This is nothing but one of the theorem which you have proved in 9th standard also. But now we are going to prove this theorem using what? Basic proportionality theorem. So let us try to prove this theorem. So when your figure is not given, triangle is not given, if we are denoting that triangle, we say by ABC or by PQR, in such cases we have to write down given, to prove, and proof also. So first write down given condition. So what is, let us consider one triangle here, triangle ABC. We are considering one triangle ABC. In this triangle ABC, I am supposing that D is the midpoint of which side? D is the midpoint of side AB, and a line is drawn through the midpoint of one side parallel to the second side. Let us draw a line through the midpoint parallel to second side. Second side means parallel to BC. Let it intersect AC at point E. Then we have to prove that this line bisect the third side. Bisect the third side means we have to prove that E is midpoint of what? AC. If we are able to show that E is midpoint of AC, means we can say that this line bisect what? AC. So observe the given condition. What we are supposing that given. So in given condition, in triangle ABC, D is midpoint of side BC. And DE is parallel. DE is parallel to what? BC. A line is drawn through midpoint parallel to the second side, means D is parallel to BC. Then we have to prove that it bisects the third side. Means to prove, what we have to prove here? That AE is equals to EC. If we are able to show that A is equal to EC, means indirectly we can say that point E or this line bisect the third side AC. So this will be our given condition. These are the given conditions. Okay, and this is the result which we have to prove. So now observe the proof here. So according to given condition, D is midpoint. Midpoint of which side? AB. If D is the midpoint of side AB, at that time we can say that AD upon AD is equal to DB. AD and DB are equal. So AD will be equals to DB. So let us denote this result say by equation number first. Now we are considering this triangle. In triangle ABC, it is given to us that DE is parallel to what? BC. So since D is parallel to BC, it is given to us, and so that's why we are able to apply BPT. If line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, then it divide other two sides in equal ratio. Means which two ratios are equal? AE upon EC will be equals to AD upon DB. So here what result we will get? AE upon EC will be equals to AD upon DB. So well, so therefore AE upon EC, keep it as it is. So on this side AD also as it is. Can I replace this DB? DB by what? AD. From which equation? First. So replace this DB by AD. So this value we are substituting from equation number first. So therefore AE upon EC will be equals to AE upon EC will be equals to. So what we'll get on this side? AD upon AD will be equals to what? 1. So this implies that AE is equals to EC will get multiplied on this side. EC into 1 will be equals to EC. So hence we can say that DE is midpoint of AC, and that is the result which we have to prove. If we are able to show that E is midpoint of AC, means we can say that this line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to the second side bisect what? Third side. To show that it bisect the third side, simply we have to show that E is the midpoint, and that is our required result, hence proved. So now observe the example number 8. In example number 8, we have to prove that the line segment joining the midpoint of any two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. This is also one of the theorem which we have proved in 9th standard. Now we are going to prove this theorem using what? Converse of BPT. It is specially mentioned that solve this or prove this statement using converse of BPT. So let us try to prove it. So let us consider one triangle here. So we are considering one triangle ABC. In this triangle ABC, so let us suppose that D is the midpoint of side AB and E is the midpoint of side AC. And the segment joining midpoint, what we have to prove? Prove that the segment joining midpoint of any two sides. So we have considered midpoint of two sides, and segment joining these two midpoint is what? Segment D. And we have to prove that this segment D is parallel to what? BC. So well, observe given condition, we have considered one triangle. So in triangle ABC, we are supposing that D and E are midpoints of sides, of which side? D is the midpoint of side AB and E is the midpoint of side AC respectively. So this is the given condition, and using this given condition, what we have to prove? So we have to prove that the segment joining this midpoint, means segment DE, is parallel to the third side, means parallel to which side? BC. So let us try to prove it using what? Converse of BPT. And we know that using converse of BPT, we are able to show that the segment, such type of segment is parallel to the side. Just we have to show that these ratios are what? Equal. So let us make the use of given condition to show that ratios are equal here. So here first condition is D is midpoint of which side? AB. So D is midpoint of AB. It is given to us. If D is the midpoint of side AB, means can I say that AD will be equals to DB? So therefore AD is equal to DB. So which implies that AD upon DB will be equals to 1. Let us denote it, say, by equation number first. If the length of these two segments are equal, means definitely the ratio will be equals to what? 1. If this segment is 10 centimeter, means definitely this will also be equal to 10 centimeter, and 10 upon 10 will be equals to what? 1. Means if length of two sides are equal, at that time the ratio will be equals to 1. In the same way, E is midpoint, and it is given to us that E is midpoint of which side? AC. If E is midpoint of AC, so we can say that AE will be equals to EC. If these two sides are equal, then it implies that the ratio will be equals to what? 1. So it will be equals to 1. Let us denote this result by equation number 2. Now if you will observe here right hand sides of these two equations are equal. That's why we can say that these left hand sides are also what? Equal. So here we can say that in triangle, in which triangle? ABC, what result we have got here? AD upon DB is equals to AE upon EC. Since the right hand sides are equal, that's why we are saying that these left hand sides are equal. So this result we have got from equation first and what? Second. So now if these ratios are equal, then our converse of basic proportionality theorem says that D is parallel to what? BC. So therefore, by converse of basic proportionality theorem, we can conclude that DE is parallel to what? BC. And this is the result which we have to prove here. Now question number 9th and question number 10th. If we are we have to use long method if we are solving them by using BPT. So that's why later on we will solve these two questions using the test of similarity. So in very short, within 2-3 steps, we are able to solve these examples.
Try to solve this example based on exercise 6.2. So this is example number first, second, third example, and fourth example, example number 5, example number 6, example number 7, example number 8, ninth example, example number 10,